We're being recorded. 100% focused on building a experience that empowers merchants to grow their businesses. We are, our passion is helping you grow your business. So first, the vision for OpenSky. The way to think about OpenSky is really that we're Twitter for shopping, right? We are a connections-based platform like Twitter, where merchants and members connect to one another, and those connections lead to discovery, and the discovery of your brand, your goods, and your content. And the more people that you connect to, the more followers that you have, we've seen that you will sell more product. So it is, we're the only company in the world that's building what we're building, and it is an incredibly exciting task to try to build a utility that helps you grow your business as effectively as possible. So the vision for OpenSky is really straightforward. To create simple, effective way for you to make connections, and a simple and effective way for you to engage with consumers, and a great way for you to drive transactions. So let's take those one at a time. Driving connections. Your OpenSky needs to have lots of followers. And there's two real fundamental ways to get followers. You can get followers off of OpenSky, and you can get followers on OpenSky. Off of OpenSky, what you do is you invite the people who are engaged in your brand from Facebook or Twitter or Pinterest or your email newsletter or your website or blog, and you tell them, hey, follow me on OpenSky. And so what we've seen merchants doing is they go to the followers tab in their dashboard, and there they do a few things. One, they take the badge that's on there and put it on their blog and on their website, just like to let people know, hey, you can follow me on OpenSky. They send an email to everybody in their community saying, hey, now you can connect to me on OpenSky. And they post on Facebook about their activity on OpenSky. And the reason why that's important is the more people who are connected to you, the more people who will see your activity in their feeds and have the ability to love your products or share your content with their connections. So you're really using OpenSky to build a community around your brand that then talk to their communities about you. And we've seen that merchants with 1,000 or more followers are selling well more product than merchants with fewer than 1,000 followers. There's sort of a critical thing happens when you hit that 1,000 follower point. It isn't, it takes some work to get 1,000 followers. You've got to actually stick to it, because posting frequently, communicating frequently. And as you know how the business relationship between OpenSky and merchants work, any follower you bring to OpenSky to connect to you really has three benefits. One, they serve as an amplification of your brand to their connections, so they help drive word of mouth for you. The second, when they buy from you on OpenSky, you keep 100% of the revenue. So OpenSky doesn't make any money when anybody you bring to OpenSky buys from you. And the third thing is, when one of those folks buys from another merchant on OpenSky, you actually get 10% of that sale. So in some ways, the bigger the community you bring to OpenSky, the better it is for your ability to grow, and the more opportunity you have to make money. So that's the first thing. Inside of OpenSky, the way to grow your followers is pretty straightforward. First thing you need to do is share content with the people you're connected to. So when you go into, you should share photos, principally photos, because they've been the most engaging, but also recipes or blog posts. You can use OpenSky as a way to entertain and engage the people you're connected to. And if you have 50 people following you, you can entertain and engage them, or if you have 1,000 people, you can entertain and engage them. And what we've encouraged merchants to do is to upload new photos or content on a regular basis. And the idea is that the content be inspiring and representative of your unique personality and brand. So think of it like the Instagram photos you take, or in sort of old world retail, what's the music you would be playing if we walked into your store, right? Help the people who are connected to you understand what your brand is all about and what inspires you. Bring them into your world. Show them photos of what you're making your products, videos of you talking about your inspiration, or content that sort of helps me know and get close to you, because what I can do as a member is I can then share that with all of my connections. And the more engaging you are, the more connections, the more people will share your content with one another from their feed. The second thing you can do is be promotional with your products. When merchants are promotional with their products, consumers get excited about them and share with one another. And so I would encourage you to be promotional around the goods you have. And then the final thing to do is to connect to other merchants and other members. Every time a member follows another member on OpenSky, the members get a little notification in their inbox and in their OpenSky feed that they were followed. And those follows turn into people following one another back, right? And the bigger your network becomes inside of OpenSky, the more likely you will be able to grow your business on OpenSky. So if you're the peanut butter maker, connect to the jelly maker on OpenSky and promote one another, build your networks. The next thing to think about is loving products. The more products you love, your own and other people's, the more engaging you are to the people who are following you. So that's the first thing, drive connections. The second thing in terms of building success, I just highlighted around the content. OpenSky really is your vehicle to bring your brand to life. Think of it as your Tumblr, your Twitter, your creative place to help me love and know your brand. And the more I love and know your brand and the inspiration behind your brand, the more likely I'm going to buy from you. And there's great examples of this every day on OpenSky. We see merchants uploading and sharing photos from their Instagram feeds of their inspiration. We see merchants building collages of content that they share. We see merchants sharing stories of how they've built their company and funny things about their business that just bring their brand to life inside our community. And then the final sort of tactic and thing to do to be successful on OpenSky is robust presentation of your items. You need to have a full catalog, all the goods you're offering. You need incredible photography of those items. The more you tell the story of your brand with pictures, the more engaged people will be. And the best-selling items on OpenSky always are the items that have cool, engaging, inspiring photography. And that doesn't need to be photography that costs a lot of money to make. It actually just needs to be photography that's inspiring and creative. So high level, that's the way to think of our business. Our team here exists to help you grow. So we're doing open office hours, we're doing Saturday open sessions, we're doing cocktails and lunch and learns, everything we possibly can to help you pioneer your business in this new platform. And really the goal for us is to say, merchants have found that Facebook and Twitter really aren't that effective to help them grow their business. But they've seen that OpenSky connections are 27 times more likely to be buyers than a Facebook fan, and 40 times more likely to be a buyer than a Twitter follower. And like you, I don't have a whole lot of time in my day, so I spend my time on things that help me grow my business. And the sort of prioritization where invest on OpenSky because that investment of time turns into growth for you. We're going to take questions in a minute, but I just wanted to share a personal anecdote. Every day I log into OpenSky, probably 100 times a day, and every day that I log in, my feed is full of activity from the people I'm connected to. And it really feels to me like I am walking down Main Street, or I grew up in Greenwich Village in New York City, exploring the stores of Greenwich Village, and that discovery is what makes OpenSky really rich and powerful to me. And so I spend a lot of time evangelizing that experience to everybody I know. And the merchants who are capitalizing on that are merchants who are doing the same. They're writing blog posts on their blogs about their OpenSky store. They're tweeting and Facebook posting about their OpenSky store. All with the notion of, we're bringing emerging brands and small business back, right? That's the passion and mission of our company. So I know a bunch of people have questions. So I wanted to open it up to allow people to ask a question, and then a bunch of folks have also emailed questions. You can email a question to John, John, @opensky.com, and I'll get it right here.
Or you can also sorry guys, this is Lindsay Bressler. You can also dial *6 if you have a question, and that will pop up here, and then we can take those questions by one. So again, just dial *6 if you have a question.
Great. So anybody want to shout first, or I'll take one off the email?
Great. So we have one question that's come in, and this question is over email, and this question is about what types of content are the most effective to be sharing in the feed or over email, and how is the best way to engage with customers within the OpenSky platform?
So that's a great question, so thanks for asking. So the answer to that is the best content to share is inspiring and personal to your brand. So the goal is to be authentic, and the more authentic you are, the more engaging you will be. I personally love inspiring photography because I think that makes my feed fun to look at and digest and get into. So I would encourage people to really think of OpenSky as a distribution place for their Instagram photos that are relevant to what their brand is all about. So I would share photography, and I would do it frequently. So I would say, every day, every other day, make sure you're sharing new content with your OpenSky connections. The other thing is answer the questions and comment on products of your own, because every time you comment on one of your products, it makes the product more engaging for the members who discover it. I hope that answered the person's question. There's another question that just came in as it relates to driving followers off of OpenSky. What has been most effective and what hasn't been effective? So that's actually an interesting one. I was surprised that merchants who were doing promotions on Facebook got the kind of results they did, but we've seen a number of merchants do, hey, follow my OpenSky store, and the 50th person to follow, I'm going to give a free gift to, or it's free shipping in my OpenSky for the next 24 hours. Come in and follow my store, and that's worked really well. The other thing that's worked well is we've seen a number of merchants do dedicated emails to their database that basically introduces their OpenSky. I got one yesterday that basically the merchant said, I think it was a popcorn company or candy company. The merchant said, I've got a new amazing place for you to engage with you around my brand. It's my OpenSky store. Come follow me on OpenSky. You'll discover insights into how I built my brand, what my brand's all about, and of course you can discover and buy my products. We've got another question that's come in. Hold on, let me just read it. So one of the questions, the question is around members finding their store. So everybody when you log into OpenSky, the front door is the Explore page. Products that are on the Explore page get there because they're trending. And the way they trend is lots of people are buying them and lots of people are loving them. So if you get 50 of your followers to love your product all on the same day, I suspect your product will trend. And so to keep your products trending, it's to have people be active and engaged around your products. Well, let me just take a drink of water here, one sec. So, trending is a way to reach the broader OpenSky community to make sure people are discovering your stuff. So another question just came in. When is OpenSky going on the road and doing meetups in other markets? We're actually working on that schedule, and if you want to do the Chicago meetup, person who just emailed me that, email me again and we'll organize that, because we're looking at Chicago, Dallas, Los Angeles, and San Francisco as markets for community get-togethers, but we'll go any place where groups of merchants are. So one thing that, just to talk a little bit about the roadmap, we're working on promotions functionality, so for you to have the ability to feature, to schedule and plan promotion activity. We're working as well on tags for exclusive goods. So goods that are exclusive on OpenSky are going to get a massive amount of promotion by OpenSky. So keep that in mind. We've seen exclusive goods sell 3 times better than non-exclusive goods for the obvious reason, and we OpenSky will do extra to amplify those goods to the community. We've seen a lot of merchants eager to get amplification by some of the famous folks that are active members on OpenSky. The secret to that, truthfully, is the more engaged and active you are, the more likely they are to discover your products. Next, the OpenSky PR team is working on a number of editorial events over the summer, and you should look for emails around being included in, so you can be in the holiday gift guide in Glamour magazine, or the holiday gift guide in InStyle magazine, or on the Today Show's holiday gifts. All of that is coming over the summer. You'll see announcements of that. Hold on, I'm just checking my email again. So then I just saw one here, which was a merchant talking about bulk uploads of products and the ability to upload all of their SKUs at once. That's actually functionality that's in the queue. I would tell you it's not going to come in the next 30 days, but it's something that we're all well aware of will help make your OpenSky experience, time efficient and effective. And Lindsay, what do you got there? Okay, so then Lindsay just pointed her computer towards me. So another question we have has to do with shipping. The average item on OpenSky ships out in about 24 hours from merchants to consumers. The faster you ship, the happier your customers are, and the more likely they'll go back into your OpenSky and write positive feedback. We are actually working on on functionality that will publish on your storefront how quickly you ship. So that'll help consumers know who are the best shippers in the community, and that will be another way for members to choose which merchant they shop with. So I'm talking nonstop. Does anybody want to interrupt me and shout out a question?
Oh, we have one question in the queue. Hold on one second. All right. So this question is from the caller with a 570 area code.
Are you going to enable a gift card that people can write? Because right now we're not able to get gift messages to include in the orders.
So do you mean gift cards?
Gift messages. So if someone's placing an order to send to somebody else.
Sure. So we actually have that functionality that hasn't been pushed live. We had it live during the holidays last year, and we will release it live. Let's say September timeframe would be my guess.
Okay.
it's a good question because it's important to be able to say, hey, here's a present for you and who it's from. The other thing we're looking at is also members being able to give effectively store credit or gift cards to individual merchants. And that's something for the sort of holiday time of this year that'll be available.
Great.
What's your store?
iGourmet.
Nice. You sell a lot of cheese.
We just launched with you guys, and we're already seeing some traction, so we're happy.
Awesome. Well, welcome to the community.
Thanks so much.
Again, if you have a question, you can dial *6 and ask a question to John live, or we can also continue to take questions via email. Great.
So I got one here that came in from a merchant who's in the Midwest and asked the question around shipping of perishable food products. So one of the things that's been interesting about OpenSky is just how much perishable food we get sold on the platform, because consumers seem to really love the idea of connecting to and discovering artisanal food products. If you need help with your perishable food stuff, why don't you email Lindsay directly, and she'll connect you with our supply chain folks, and we'll be able to help you, because we've got some best practices on the perishable food side of things.
Great, and my email address is Lindsay, lindsay@opensky.com. Okay, we have another call on the line. Question. This question is from Pamela. Pamela, what's your question? Oh, Pamela, hold on one second. I think I might have just X'd you out. All right. Well, Pamela, if you could hit *6 again and resubmit your question, I will pull you right up. We have another question in line. This question is from Lee. Lee, what's your question? Okay. All right. So we'll go back to Pamela again. Hold on, Pamela, 1 second. All right, Pamela, you should be on.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound great.
Okay. It's Pamela from Yahoo Jutara. I have a question.
Hold on, Pamela, you're breaking up. It sounds like your cell phone. You might be on a cell phone.
I'm on a cell phone. Can you hear me okay now?
Now I can. Go ahead.
Okay. I have a question about the feed. We've been with you for hours now. Is there going to be a way for those, when we post a comment to our followers, that they will get a notification via email that there was a comment posted? The reason why I ask, I like to log into OpenSky a lot during the day, but I'm wondering how many of my followers do that, and if they don't, they won't necessarily see the comment that I posted.
Right.
Is that correct?
Yeah, so I think that's absolutely correct. So one of the things we're trying to figure out, honestly, is what kind of email content members should get when merchants message them. So
okay.
right now, a member doesn't get an email when you comment to them directly. They get a notification in their OpenSky. And one of the things Kevin and the product team are working on is, if a member has asked a question, them getting notified when that question's answered, so that it's effectively responsive.
Right.
The other thing, what we don't want to do is, I don't think we want to do is let merchants just effectively spam members via email to say just by automatically sending emails into member inboxes, because that would be disruptive to members.
Right, I get that.
So it's a good point, and one of the things that Kevin and the product and email team are working on, and your assumption is correct. You're probably spending more time in your OpenSky than all of your followers are, right? Because they're doing other things, and it's a tool for you to build your business. And so one of the things we've seen some merchants do is they've done sort of a similar thing to a tweet up, where they tell all their followers, I'm going to be in my OpenSky from noon to 12:30 on Tuesday. come and I'll be answering your questions live and @tag me with questions, and I'll be there to help you. So people are sort of inventing cool and creative ways to interact with their followers in real time. But
okay.
Like that kind of stuff will take some time to figure out what works the best and what doesn't work.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
You bet. Nice talking to you. I love your stuff.
Oh, thank you so much. I'll see you on Thursday.
Yep. Looking forward to it.
Okay. Bye.
Great. So the next question is from Lee, area code 408.
Hi, this is Lee from Zoe Organics, and I was wondering what a fun way would be to get some insiders to notice your store, to have them follow you or be interested in your products.
Sure. So some of the ways that insiders discover your stuff really comes from insiders pay a lot of attention to the most active merchants on the platform. So they are reacting to you're in the organic space, I think you said?
Yeah.
So if you're sharing awesome videos or cool, inspiring photography, that's what will get people's attention, because they'll want to reshare that stuff with their followers. So I was with in the food space. I was with one of our food insiders yesterday, and he said to me, what I'm going to do is watch the most active merchants who are sharing the most inspiring content, and I'll want to give those folks the biggest boost. So that's one thing. The other thing you can do is we have a team of folks here who help the insiders discover product and share, help them sort of do OpenSky, I guess would be the way to think about it. And that team looks at merchants who have exclusive goods. And because those are the exclusive goods on OpenSky are the goods that are getting the most. I mean, that's what Bobby Flay wants to talk about, are things that are exclusive on OpenSky.
Okay.
I think that's sort of common sense and makes sense.
Right.
Cool. Thanks for your question.
All right, we have time for one or two more questions. If anyone on the phone has a question, again, you can dial *6, and we can throw you into the queue. And we'll wait a few seconds to see if anyone else has any questions. Otherwise, we'll wrap up here.
Well, just while we wait to see if anybody has another one, one thing that we've seen is that really OpenSky is sort of a neighborhood barn raising, right? We're all in it together. The more successful everybody is, the better the platform is for the entire community. And so if you know a great merchant who isn't on OpenSky yet, who makes awesome stuff that you love, invite them to join the community.
Great. And so we have one question from Paper Scissors.
Hi, this is Pam from, it's actually Paper Scissors Rock. And I actually emailed a bunch of questions to you from a Facebook group I started for handmade sellers on OpenSky. And I can get back to you on that. But I came in like 3 minutes late, and I'm really interested in the idea. I had no idea there were other ways to engage with images, et cetera, other than posting your product. I sort of haven't discovered that yet. So I'm wondering if you guys have some examples of people who are doing a really good job of that I could look at and suggest that our group looks at.
Yes. So we do. And one of the things maybe Lindsay and I will organize is, and that's the agenda. I don't know. Next Thursday night here at the open house, we're going to be talking about this in depth. But really, the best way to share content on OpenSky is to add inspiring photography and video about your brand. Right.
I heard that part, but what I'm asking for is examples of vendors that we could look at their pages to see how they're doing it.
We'll send around some links of examples of that, so everybody can get that. That's a great suggestion.
Yeah. Thank you.
And one thing I would tell you is, since it's open, the idea is for people to be super inventive, right? And to share. To take the tool wherever you think it can be most effective to help you engage. And then the final thing is, if you're not following me on OpenSky, please do. I'm OpenSky.com/JC, and follow me, and I'll follow you back, and I'll share your stuff with my connections, and work my best to help you grow your business and your brand. And as always, we're here to help. My email is john@opensky.com, and I'll, within reason, I'll do anything I can humanly to help you grow your business, because that's what we're passionate about doing. Thanks, everybody. Have a great Friday and an awesome weekend. Bye.